Today, by request of Schmooman, we are going to be taking a look at something pretty outdated. We are going to be taking a look at the Legacy United 4-pack. I'd love to say this is on the Age of the Primes 4-pack, but I don't have the Age of the Primes 4-pack. I don't know if I'm going to get the Age of the Primes 4-pack. So we're taking a look at last year's 4-pack, which included Tarantulas, Cliff Jumper, Squeeze Play, and Tarn. Yeah, those three versus one Autobot. He's dead. Cliff Jumper! Cliff Jumper includes a claw accessory, and then two different little headlight pieces. The accessories don't really match Cliff Jumper that well. They're more like leftovers from when he was Chase. The claw can cover Cliff Jumper's hand. The little lights can plug on his shoulders. Or you can combine some of the lights and the claw to form Cliff Jumper's gun from Transformers Prime. So this figure is a retool, I say in quotes, not much is different, of the Chase, Rescue Bots Chase from the same year. So he has the same articulation as Chase, so if you've ever messed with Chase, he's the same. So his head's on a ball joint, so you can rotate it all the way around. You get a little bit of up, a little bit of down, and not much tilt. Arms can only go out about that far, but his arms don't tab in, so you can get a more natural looking slope, but his arms do not lock in at all. But they really only go that far. There is a bicep swivel, 90 degrees at the elbow, and then for some reason, he has wrists that bend in. That's not for transformation. He has a waist joint that looks a little awkward, but he has it unimpeded. Legs can kick forward that far. They can kick back that far. They can kick out that far. There is a thigh rotation. There's 90 degrees of bend at the knee. There's this much ankle tilt inwards and this much ankle tilt outwards. So he's a little awkward, but overall he's decent. Here's Cliff Jumper by SS86 Bumblebee and Age of the Primes Quintus Prime. Here's a cool picture I took. So to transform Cliff Jumper, it's actually pretty interesting how he works. But we're going to start with the transformation now. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a sec. We're going to open his chest. We're going to then bring the chest up and then close the chest panel, and that hides the head away. And then you're going to rotate the arms all the way around. Sorry, yeah. Then we are going to bend the knees forward. We're going to open the legs and then extend the legs outwards. With that done, we can take his heels and fold those up, which will allow us to fold the feet in, and the feet will tab into the leg. Like so. Then you can close these pieces down, rotate at the thighs, tab all that together, all his legs together. Then you're going to bend the chest down a little bit, and you're going to swing the legs forward, and they'll form the front of the car. Then you can simply just shift the arms back, tuck them under the legs, so shift the arm back, tuck it under the leg. Then, to finish it all off, you just bring these pieces down and tab them into place to fill that gap out, and there's Cliff all transformed. We can also take his accessories and take the little lights. Those can tab onto either side. Drop that. Hold on a sec. Of the car. And then we can take the claw, and that can tab in on the back. And there's Cliff Jumper transformed. Here's Cliff's alt mode next to SS86B's alt mode. And Quintus Prime's alt mode from Age of the Primes. Overall, Cliff Jumper's car mode is really nice. I like it a lot. It looks just sleek. Tarantulas! Tarantulas includes this crossbow accessory that he can hold. I dropped it. A saw blade accessory, which is pretty cool looking. I kind of wish it spun though. And the two pieces can combine together to form whatever this is. I don't know. He can hold the combo weapon saw blade, and crossbow in his hand. So this is a prototype Tarantulas. It's his prototype design, and he has the exact same posability and is pretty much a repaint with a new head of, shockingly, Tarantulas. So his head is on a ball joint, so you can rotate it all the way around. Not much tilt, a little bit of down, a little bit up. Not anything really usable though. His arms, they can rotate all the way around. Backwards butterfly, they can go out this far. There's a bicep rotation. Bicep rotation. There's a wrist swivel above the elbow. A low down elbow. All these are on ball joints, so you can just kind of move them. He does have a waist. Legs can kick forward. They can kick back. They can kick out. Thigh rotation. All the ways at the knee. Feet can go forward. They can go back. And ankle tilt. So pretty posable, just kind of awkward in the arms. Here's Tarantulas next to SS-86 Bumblebee and Age of the Prime's Quintus Prime. Tarantulas' transformation is pretty straightforward and pretty enjoyable, actually. So you're going to start by bringing the legs forwards. Then you can take his backpack here and you're going to untab it and slide it down. Then the spider head is revealed and you can slide that up and over the robot mode head. You're going to want to swing the arms up, which will then allow you to rotate the waist around and tab in the abdomen. Coming to the legs now, we are going to fold up the feet and bend at the knee and tab the legs into themselves. Then you're going to fold the foot into the abdomen, like so. And then you just collapse the leg in. Then after you've collapsed one leg in, you're going to take his little crossbow accessory. That will tab in. And then you can tab the other leg in to form his little thing that makes the webs. I don't remember what it's called. Then you can tuck the arms in by folding them in and then rotating at the bicep. Then the arm will tab into the head and the torso. Obviously got to get the legs into place. And then you rotate at the hand. And you do the same on this side, so you bring the arm in, tab it in, rotate at the arm. Then, to finish off the spider, you can take the saw that he includes and plug that in right here. And now you've got Tarantulas transformed. Fix that leg. Here's Tarantulas' alt mode next to SS-86 Bumblebee. And Age of the Prime's Quintus Prime, both transformed. Squeeze play. Squeeze play here includes a small gun that looks like Browning, a different Transformers character, and a special shield piece. Squeeze play can hold the gun and mount the shield on his arm. So Squeeze play's articulation is pretty straightforward. He is a headmaster, and his head's pretty loose, but you got up, down, tilt, and rotation. Arms can go out that far and then up all the way due to transformation. They can rotate all the way around. There's a pretty tight bicep, but he has a bicep. Double jointed elbow, but you got to be careful. You need to bend the top and then the bottom, or else it will scratch the paint. No wrist, but he does have sword wielding wrists. Waist joint, legs can kick forward, they can kick back, they can kick out. Thigh rotation, a little bit more than 90 at the knee, ankle tilt, and toe point. So pretty posable, pretty nice, pretty good. Little loose though. Here's Squeeze play next to SS-86 Bumblebee and Age of the Prime's Quintus Prime. Squeeze play's transformation is pretty simple, but it's pretty enjoyable to do. So you're going to start by removing his head. It's kind of tight. Then you can just open his head up to reveal, I don't remember his name, but his headmaster. Then you can grab Squeeze play after he's fallen, and you're going to fold his hands up. Then you are going to flip his arms up, rotate at the bicep, and then simply bend the elbow to create the legs. So rotate at the bicep, and then bend at the elbow, tab it into place. Those are his legs done now. Now we're gonna come like this. We're gonna look at him like this. We're gonna bring his little pieces around. I don't know what they are. We're gonna bring those panels around. So you're gonna fold it and then rotate it around. Then we are going to take the legs. We're gonna bring the leg out, rotate it at the thigh, rotate at the knee, close the toes, bend at the ankle, bring the leg down. Do the same thing on the side. So you're gonna rotate at the thigh, rotate at the swivel, bring the ankle in, close the foot, bend at the knee, and then you just bring up the Monster Mode's head, fold these back, open that panel. Then you can open up this chest, take his little headmaster, put him in a little sitting position, tuck him in there, like so. Close that up. Then you can take the shield, plug that in, and then plug the gun onto the shield, and there's Squeeze Play transformed. Here's Squeeze Play in his alt mode next to SS-86 Bumblebee. And Quintus Prime from Age of the Primes' alt mode. Tarn. Tarn includes a good amount of accessories, including a purple sword, a gun with a silver tip, a more rectangular gun, and this little connector piece. Tarn can hold the sword, hold each gun individually, combine the guns into a large rifle, or mount the guns on the module to create his fusion cannon. Tarn's articulation is probably the best out of anyone in this video. His head is on a ball joint, so you can rotate it all the way around. He can look up, he can look down, a little bit of tilt. These can move out of the way if you'd like. He's got rotation. Shoulders are ugly, but aside from that, he always looks good. So that's his shoulder joint. He's got bicep rotation. He's got this joint that kind of goes in a little bit that you can use in some poses. Bit more than 90 at the elbow. Wrist rotation. Opening and closing hands. Waist. Yeah, those fall off a lot. That goes that far both ways. Legs can kick forward. They can kick back. They can kick out, but you got to get the angle right because of his crotch plate. It's weird. But they can kick out. They're a little weird, though, because of these pieces on them. There's thigh rotation. More than 90 at the knee. Ankle tilt that far. Foot forward. Foot back. So aside from the weird kind of leg joint, he's pretty posable. Here is Tarn next to SS-86 Bumblebee and Age of the Primes Quintus Prime. So Tarn's transformation is probably the least interesting of the whole group, I'd say. And it does require parts forming, requires it. So you're gonna remove his little cannon, and then you're gonna take this maroon piece and just rotate that around and put that off to the side. Now we're gonna start the conversion. You rotate at the bicep and then rotate this panel all the way around. So rotate at the bicep, rotate this panel all the way around. Then we're gonna come to the back here. We're gonna untab the backpack, bring it down, rotate it around. Then we can flip the head in it. We're gonna bring this up a little bit, his chest up a little bit. We're gonna pull his shoulders out, rotate them up just to where the chest is, rotate the chest the rest of the way, then rotate the shoulders the rest of the way. I think this is right. I don't really remember. Then you're gonna rotate the arms around. Yeah, it is. Like so. Then you're gonna bring the back piece down, and you're gonna bring these pieces around to the front again. Then we are going to connect the legs, fold the feet up. We are going to before we connect the legs actually, just connect the legs from the knee joint. Then we can connect the legs, sorry. There, okay. Then we're gonna rotate the arm slightly. We're gonna bend at the elbow and bend the arm in, and the arm will tab onto the leg. So we're gonna do the same thing on this side. I like to also rotate his wrists around so they aren't just hanging out at the back here. Then we're gonna open up this tread, rotate it around, and then close that panel on the bottom. So you're gonna open the tread, rotate it around the arm, and then close it. Then you can bring the legs down, lock them together, and then just kind of line them up. They'll tab into the body, and that's the main tank done. Then if you want to add his accessories, you can take his guns and add the turret to the top of the tank. Let me line it up first. There we go. And then the sword just really plugs on to the side of the tank. It doesn't do that much. And there's Tarn transformed. Here is Tarn's tank mode next to SS-86 Bumblebee's car mode. And next to Quintus Prime's alien spacecraft mode. Conclusion! This pack's really fun to like play with and beat up Cliffjumper with all the different characters it includes. And I don't think there's a bad figure in this set. I'd say Cliffjumper is probably the worst, but they're all pretty fun and interesting. And I'd say if you can still find it, because it's been a year, I'd say get it. It feels like a good pack. I'm happy with it, and I don't have much more to say, so I'm just going to play music while you guys look at the rest of the pictures. So I'll see you guys in 2026. If you watched this whole video, you probably enjoyed the video, so you should show that by liking the video. I don't have comments yet for some reason, but when I do have comments, comment down below, and subscribe for more Transformers reviews. I have a review every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and a short every Tuesday and Thursday. So if you're interested, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you in my next video.